we might just have new evidence here as to who is behind the mysterious Georgia Guidestones. Now, as several of you may have seen thus far, there has been a change in the Georgia Guidestones. And as you're looking right here, this notch right here was marked, and it was marked the whole time. They then came back and removed that notch up here, and this is on the English side. Okay, and specifically right there in that upper corner, right next to the most disturbing thing about the whole Georgia Guidestones, the reduction of the population down to 500 million. They inserted the year 2014. And it was just done here recently, and we've made it more than halfway through this year, and this was never put in there. Now it is there, and to me, in the time that we sit, you're talking blood moons, all the wars going on, the Ebola outbreaks, Fukushima, you can go on with when will this begin. I believe they're trying to give you the hint right here that it begins in 2014. Whether it's already began slowly and we are in the midst of the beginning, or a big banger to blow open the whole door to get this thing going is getting ready to happen, and it's going to be significant. To get the population of the planet down to 500 million would take a catastrophe of biblical proportions. Now, when looking into this, a lot of people have been researching, and this is what I believe to be gold when it comes to the Georgia Guidestones. Now, I don't stand behind every single thing that these people say here, but they do divulge in some great information. And this pertains to coincidences that they found inside of R.C. Christian mentioning Thomas Paine's books. He kept mentioning them, and he said there was not a coincidence there for nothing. Now, they went back through and started looking at all these different writings and books, and they came across one that was startling. It's one that they have been a book altogether that they've been trying to keep out of the eyes of the population for a long time. There was, I believe, 100 original copies made, and I'm going to share with you here a PDF. You're looking at it right here that's got the whole book that you can download. This is gold when it comes to the Georgia Guidestones. Now, what they've done is they started reprinting this book, The Age of Reason. But what they're doing, as you can see right here, they are keeping the third part of the book out. Now, this person managed to get a hold of that third part and has included it in this torrent. Now, as this goes on, this whole thing explains exactly who made the Georgia Guidestones. They state, they even give the names of the people that helped them fund this, pick the place out, build it, align it, what its meaning is, even goes on to talk about population reduction. And as you can see here, from some of the quotes, Masonry, from the ceremonies, hieroglyphs, is derived and is the remains of the religion of the ancient Druids, who, like the Magi of Persia and the priest of Heliopolis in Egypt, were priests of the sun. This goes right back to sun worship, and you wonder why you see the sun all over the Vatican and all over everywhere, and why the Vatican and the obelisk itself is a huge sundial. It's everywhere. Heliopolis standing for the city of the sun. And as it says here, the Christian religion and Masonry have one and the same common origin. Both are derived from the worship of the sun. This is what this book is stating, okay? Not me. This is what this book is stating here. The difference between their origins is the Christian religion is a parody on the worship of the sun, in which they put a man whom they call Christ in the place of the sun. In Masonry, many of the ceremonies of the Druids are preserved in their original state, at least without any parody. With them, the sun is still the sun, and his image in the form of the sun is the great emblematical ornament of the Masonic lodges and Masonic dresses. It is the remains of the religion of the Druids, and all of these Masonic lodges built for the purpose are constructed in a manner to correspond with the apparent motion of the sun. They are situated east to west. goes on to state that the high festival of the Masons is on the day called St. John's Day. Now, many of you are about to get a schooling here on what all of this really is. Okay? The case of St. John's Day has nothing to do with St. John's. It has everything to do with Midsummer Day. That is what this festival is about. Well, the sun has then arrived and passed through the summer solstice here. June 24th is their day. In honor of the sun. With having nothing, not anything, to do with the respect of St. John. This is for the Masons, taken from the Druids, and is celebrated on Midsummer Day. You can see here, the Druids, as said before, was the same as the religion of the ancient Egyptians. The priests of Egypt were professors and teachers of science, and were styled priests of Heliopolis, the city of the sun. All of this having to do with sun worship. Now, this age of reason, as you can see here, was suppressed for a long time, and there was only so many copies made. Now, evidence here suggesting that R.C. Christian was in fact Ted Turner, as they go on to speak here, and all this other information. Now, they can go on and they can state it's this person or that person. All they really need to do is get someone that has skill to compare Ted Turner's handwriting to this right here, or whoever you may suspect. When you get a match on this, this may be where they slipped. This is where you can nail it away, and this is how you can prove who wrote this book, who signed it, without a doubt. Let's try that avenue and see what we come up with. If there's anyone out there with the expertise in that field, they can do something with it, come up with some samples of Ted Turner's writing, and compare it to this. And I think you will quickly see either there's a resemblance or not. Anyway, it's a lead, one I wanted to share with you guys. It goes on, let me tell you, for hours. You can read on this, and you get down, guiding human reproduction, and the Georgia Guidestones themselves, where the guy says, I am the one responsible for building the Georgia Guidestones. He admits it. He also names out the people in here that were responsible for helping find the place inside of Georgia, for doing the construction. All of it. And he even states that some of these people were not even on board with all of his beliefs, that they were just doing it to be good people and to help out the community. Right here. I am the originator of the Georgia Guidestones and the sole author of its inscriptions. And he gives every detail and meaning behind every bit of it. Why there's different languages, why they chose those languages, every bit of it. And they've been trying to suppress this book and this information for a long time. Get it while it's hot. Download this PDF, this information, and this is going to be a good read for a while here for you. Packed full of knowledge on the Georgia Guidestones, giving you a better idea on the background, the meaning, and exactly who is behind putting this 2014 in there. Because if that person's still breathing and we can pin exactly who's behind this, then we can ask, why the 2014? It's been Dabu 7. Peace.